Hello and welcome to all of you out there, my dear astrology friends. This is a video about the August horoscopes of 2025 with me, Veerle. Welcome here to my channel. Thank you, first of all, so much for all the subscribing on my channel, for all the readings that you've been ordering, and which is always an honor for me to do a reading because I delve so deep into your soul. And let's get into this one. This August horoscopes. What is it all about in general? You know, I love to do these videos very chuck, very concise, precise. And I'm going to have a look at each and every sign of the 12 signs where this energy is happening. So let's get started. August is pretty much a good month. I mean, in general, it's a pretty good month because we've got a couple of things that are very positive. And first of all, there's the Mercury going direct. And it's all around about the 12th of August that these things are like culminating almost. So we're going to have a look at where that is happening, Mercury direct. There's also, on the 12th, there's also a beautiful thing happening on the 12th, which I know it's just a couple of days, a day or two that you're going to feel it, or 3 maybe. But it's once every year that it happens, and it's the Venus-Jupiter conjunction in Cancer. And that's also going to happen round and about the 12th of August. So we're going to have a look at that as well. To note in your agenda, like, look, this is a day when the two benefics come together. Venus is about love, pleasure, joy. And in Cancer, it's all about family. It's all about the coziness. It's all about taking care of each other, protecting each other, loving each other. The simple things of life, having good foods and good drinks with the family or with the people that you love, to say the least, or with your animals that you love. And what you call family, basically. And Jupiter is expansiveness. It's a lot of love. It's support. It is that joyful energy of life. And those two planets are coming together in a specific area of your life, which I'm going to look at where this is. And last but not least, and that is something to be thrilled about because this doesn't happen a lot. It's going to happen more and more now. And that is the beautiful air trine that we're going to have. So yes, Uranus just bumped into Gemini, right into the sign of Gemini. And it's at 0 to 1 degrees, you know, marching forwards in the sign of Gemini, trining Pluto in the sign at the very beginning of Aquarius, which is already a trine. But now this, which we are going to have like almost like the rest of the years, basically, that energy of a trine between Uranus and Pluto, which is all about transformation and change, and doing that in a new, innovative way, and so that we gain independence, so that we gain authenticity and freedom. But guess what? Mars will step into Libra and will make, as soon as it does that, it's going to make what we call a grand trine. So of all the air elements, so Libra, Mars will be at 0 degrees of Libra, trining at 1 degree, 2 degrees of Pluto in Aquarius, trining, on the other hand, Uranus that just went into Gemini. So this is a perfect air trine of Mars, Pluto, Uranus. So this means that our action, our drive, our intentions, which is Mars, it's going to fluently go well. And it is a lot of power and of empowerment, let's put it that way, to do what we want to do, to transform and to change our situation. It is in Libra, Mars, so it's going to step into Libra already from the 7th of August. So we're going to feel this energy of this beautiful trine, big trine. We're going to feel this between the 6th, 7th of August up until the 13th, 14th of August. So that pocket of time, that is amazing to do something. Mars in Libra, which means also taking into account other people. So it's not doing something selfishly and, you know, like Mars in Aries, it does, and it thinks afterwards in a way, right? To make it a little bit more extreme in the explanation so that you understand. But Mars in Libra, it also does things for itself, but it does it with an eye for, okay, what's happening with other people? And how can I communicate this the best? And in a softly, gently way, because Mars is ruled here, when it's in Libra, it's ruled by Venus, so to speak. So it's gonna do that in a very soft way. You can, I always give the example of, let's say you are in a bus, and you have to, it was your stop, and you did, on the button for the chauffeur, or how do you call that? The driver, the chauffeur. Oh my goodness, the driver to stop, and you put on that button, and he or she doesn't stop. Now, a Mars in Aries will shout, will do, hey, you have to stop. A Mars in Libra will get to, to the driver, excuse me to disturb you, but could you stop, please? Because I think you missed it. You probably did it unconsciously, but you see the difference, and it's not good or bad. It's just a totally different way of doing things. So we're going to be more, it's a positive way of Mars in Libra. A negative way of Mars in Libra that you don't want to go towards is passive aggressiveness, right? You don't want to go towards that. It's like, I don't want to work, right? And because you don't want to work, you say to your boss that you're ill. That's actually passive aggressive, and your boss is going to say, okay, of course you can't come. But that's manipulation, and that's the lowest vibration of Mars in Libra. The highest vibration of Mars in Libra is to go for what you want, but you do it in a very nice, gentle, respectful way. So, and because this Mars is connected here with Pluto and Uranus, we will be able to go forwards. And because Pluto and Uranus is going to be there for a long time, Mars is like an initiator, and the intention there to grow something, the seed is planted, so to speak. And the thing is that you want to go for it. And it's in air signs, so the big trine, which means it's an emphasis on communication, it's an emphasis on connecting with people. Air wants to connect with people, it wants to mentally understand things, and it wants to go forward in that way, in a very joyful, jolly kind of way. But in a positive way and with action, because these are positive elements. And you could say the masculine elements, right? Aquarius, and where Pluto is, and Gemini, where Uranus is, and Libra, where Mars is. It is masculine, yang energy, so to speak, but very much stimulated now. There is a little but there is, that we're going to be challenged whilst we're trying to put something forwards in the house where Libra is situated, which I'm going to look at in a minute. And what is it? By Saturn and Neptune in Aries. So whilst Mars is there beautifully in Libra, wanting to go forwards and feeling inspired and wanting to innovate and wanting to be authentic and wanting to be honest, it bumps into Saturn, Neptune in Aries, because that's where Saturn and Neptune are as well, at 0 to 1 degree of Aries. So when we have Mars opposite Saturn, when we have Mars opposite Neptune, there is a dilemma going on. There is a paradox going on. And life is full of paradoxes, by the way. So this is not a bad thing, but it shows that with people, because it's an opposition, with people, we're going to feel either at the same time with the same person, those two different feelings of, yes, I want to go forwards, and a bit delusional, Mars opposite Neptune, but also Mars opposite Saturn, a bit fearful, which is, I can't do it what I'm doing. So we're going to have that feeling as well, which is natural. If we want to do something innovative and growing, and that shifts our situation, that gets out of that comfort zone, it is normal that we feel a little bit of doubt there. We are human beings, right? So what we have here, this beautiful trine energy is stronger, you could say, than the opposition, because planets like Pluto and Uranus are further away And certainly the one with Pluto is the furthest away. It's always the planet that is the furthest away. And that is just something that I've experienced by doing lots of horoscopes, is that this is like in the long term winning always. So even Saturn and Neptune are also slow planets and big planets and so on. Pluto is the one that holds the energy the most. So whatever it is that you want to begin and that you want to do in a very Libra kind of way, and in a very, to free yourself up and to be innovative and a bit of a, it's a bit of revolutionary energy there. Mars trining Pluto, Mars trining Uranus, that's, a shift for sure. But it's in a trine, which means it's not going to be unsettling. But the unsettling energy is there might be a person in your midst, whether it is your spouse, whether it is a friend, a parent, you name it, that there is this energy of, will I do it? Will I not do it? But this is energy of a dream, wanting to make a dream come true. I explained this in the Saturn-Neptune video, which is all about, or I explained this many times in the monthly horoscopes where I explain Saturn-Neptune. This is a lot about a dream, wanting to make a dream come true. When someone in a natal chart has Saturn and Neptune together, it is actually, I've always seen it as something very positive, but also challenging in the beginning if you don't know how to deal with it. But ultimately, it is making the dream come true. Neptune is a dream, Saturn is the hard worker. So and certainly in Aries, it's about new things, pioneering, new projects, new relationships, things that you've never done before. So it's very common, that feeling of being scared of doing something different, being scared of failure, being scared of losing thyself, and so on. So these feelings are very, very common, but none of the less, you've got the support with Uranus, this Mars, you've got the support of Pluto, so you're pushing through. And Aries is all about courage. So Aries is all about, I'm a bit scared to do this too, but I'm not giving in to that feeling. I'm using it as fuel to go forwards. And the trick is here as well, and especially we have Jupiter as well, don't we? So Jupiter is also playing here a role because Jupiter is in Cancer. So it kind of widely, though, kind of squares also this energy of Mars. Very widely. So it is that energy of, I don't want to go too much, I don't want to go overboard, but there's a part of me that wants to grow and go big and the sky's the limit. And there's a part of me that is super scared. So you don't want to go to the extremes of Neptune, which is the disillusion, and the extreme of Saturn, which is fear. You want to go by the positive things of Neptune and Saturn, which is the vision, Neptune. Seeing very far in the future, and at the same time staying practical and doing the steps step by step. So a beautiful month with a lot of possibilities for stepping into that energy of air, stepping into a new thing and planting a seed somewhere where that is important, where you have Libra in your chart. So let's get into this, because sign by sign, I'm going to look at the Mercury direct, I'm going to look at Mars, and I'm going to look at Venus, for that 12th of August, where we can tap into that beautiful energy. So for Aries, Mercury going direct, watch the Mercury retrograde video. That's typically zooming into that, and it's in your 5th house of your projects that you want to do, yourself, creativity, the way that you kind of love to do things, to enjoy yourself. It's also love. So Mercury going direct here on the 12th of August and onwards shows that these themes are going forwards. There might have been, you questioning a certain love, you questioning how to communicate with your kids if you have them, you questioning having kids, you questioning, should I go back to a hobby that I used to do? Should I go back to an idea of how I enjoy myself, or maybe a business that I want to start. Now with Mercury going direct on the 12th, off you go. Mars in Libra is, of course, in the relationship sector. So you're going to have all this air energy in your relationships houses. So it's going to be a busy time for you. Mars is going to be in your 7th house, and that's your ruler, of course. So very much lots of activity. Trining Uranus in your 3rd house, where that is the house of communication anyways, with renewal there. And Pluto in the 11th house, which is a lot of power and a lot of networking, powerful people that you attract, powerful, like-minded people. So for you, it's a time to network. Let's first talk about love, because this is definitely showing that there is love in the air. Love is in the air. Absolutely. If you want to have a new love, do something with friends, do something in the neighborhood. There's a lot of action and activity here, and it's very, very, very positive energy for sure. You're going to love this, and doing stuff together with people in general. So when you are in a relationship, this means that there is a lot more energy. Maybe also because of friends and because of like-minded people, you do together stuff with friends, with people in the neighborhood, with siblings, with Uranus in your 3rd house. And there's a lot of energy that flows for you, which is amazing. Of course, you have Saturn and Neptune in your house, in the 1st house. So stay practical and have the view. Don't forget that. But all in all, what a beautiful energy that is for you, for sure. On another level of business, this is beautiful. This could mean that a business partner that is quite, Mars-like, which is like very active. It's not going to be someone who's boring and sitting in a chair and let you do all the work. No, it's going to be someone who's super, super active. So very good if you want to go for a business partner and to grow your network, your social media, and to actually break it open. This is amazing energy. And last but not least is Venus, Jupiter in your 4th house. This is your home. So do something nice at home with the family. Invite them for dinner. Invite them for something nice to eat and spend some time together. If it's not your family, it's the people that you love. Or if you say, I'm living alone on a mountain, well, maybe your animals, your dog, your cat, whatever. Enjoy the company together. Enjoy that. It could also mean that you're just connecting with parents, you're connecting with relatives, you're connecting with your emotional self. Beautiful energy. Taurians, this Mercury direct goes back direct in your 4th house. That is nice for you because this Leo energy was squaring you, so it's not the nicest and the easiest Mercury retrograde for you, but it goes direct in your 4th house on the 12th of August. You know now where you're heading with your family, and maybe with also conversations around family, home, and all of that. Or it could be simply that you went to your home country, you're coming back home. You were traveling, you're coming back home. Could be that as well. But whatever it is, if you had plans to sell a home or to buy a home and it was a little bit like this, Mercury going direct is good for these plans for you. But all this air energy is going on in your work houses for you. And if you don't work, well, it's in your financial energy houses, in the houses of your assets, your belongings. And there you have all this beautiful energy. Mars is going to be in your 6th house of your day-to-day work and of your lifestyle and of your health. So very busy time for you. Busy time when it comes to work. Busy time because this trines Uranus in your 2nd house of income, and it trines Pluto in the 10th house of your career. So there is this new life, probably something new that you're incorporating in your lifestyle. Mars in the 6th could also mean that you're very active if you have your own business, people that you hire, right? There could be a busyness there, and it gives you like this whole new energy of even more income, because now you've got people who help you, and also more feeling secure around all of this. If you do have a job that you want to shift and to change, here is the energy of planting the seed. You writing your resumes and whatnot, and sending it all out so that you can become more independent and more your own kind of boss, so to speak, with Pluto in your 10th house. Not to say that every Taurian has to be self-employed now, but it has to do with that, you doing your own thing. Very beautiful. And a windfall in the 3rd house with Venus and Jupiter there. Venus and Jupiter in the 3rd house might be a short trip that you're organizing. It can also mean a gathering with friends, with the neighborhood, with siblings, with people in the neighborhood there, having a good time. It might be also communicating lovely emails, lovely supportive kind of energy, spoken energy that you do to others, but also that come in. So it's very social. If you have your own business, or and you want to do something in the social media, it's time to do it. Venus, Jupiter attracts kind of these things. But all in all, a very enjoyable time to take a short trip, to learn something new, to go to a course or a workshop. Lovely, lovely energy. But focus mostly on your assets, your belongings, your health as well. There could be Mars in the 6th, that you shift a routine, and that's going to have this knock-on effect of you having more energy, to attracting more money, to attracting more confidence, and that's a very positive thing. Geminis, you are an air sign, so I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start with this beautiful trine of Mars in Libra. When that's going to be in your 5th house, it's going to trine your energy. And also Uranus in your sign. And it's going to trine Pluto in the 9th. Wow, these are all the fire houses. So this is you getting inspired, being inspired, inspiring others, you being on the stage. The 5th house represents the stage. It represents your heart chakra with Mars there. It also represents, if you say, I'm not performing anything, the 5th house is the way that you love to enjoy yourself. It's the part of you that loves to do the hobbies, that loves to do so you could be starting new hobbies, and really, really enjoying them, and feeling that it gives you energy, it gives you spirit. And you could also do something abroad with that Pluto in the 9th house, or a belief system that is connected to that 5th house of yours, and that you really, really kind of want to make this bigger, so to speak. It's also love. So you could find love, you could go for love abroad, or to say the least, with an energy of, I believe that there is abundance in life. And it's also good to start a project, or a business, a project you want, or to start to get a baby, that as well. It's the 5th house after all, and be very active. So it's time for you to enjoy yourself. You've got big green light there. Even if it's just you saying like, oh, I'm going to do some fitness, I'm going to enjoy it, or I'm going to do some dancing every week, you're going to love it, and it's going to be so good for your health as well. And mark the date of around and about the 12th of August, when Venus Jupiter is in your 2nd house. This is a financial windfall around that time. If it's not that, the 2nd house is enjoying, buying something that is really of value for you. It could mean like a new computer, or a new car, or something that you really, really love to have. And it's also your confidence. So your confidence is growing tremendously. It's a beautiful energy with this Venus Jupiter in your 2nd. Cancerians, you have this Mercury direct in your 2nd house. So financially, and when it comes to your assertiveness, when it comes to your confidence, it's going forwards now from the 12th of August and onwards, because Mercury there has been going backwards, forwards. So there might have been an issue on a financial situation. Not that it was bad, but this issue has been, if you're looking at it, if you worked with it, this shows an improvement of your financial situation when Mercury goes direct on the 12th of August and onwards. It's also an improvement of your confidence and how you speak to spouse or girlfriend, boyfriend around your resources as well. But all of this air energy is going on in your water houses. And so you're having actually what we call in astrology a fool square. So for you, thanks to the air energy, is there a big trine, but still there is at the same time some tension going on with Mars in your fourth house. Now, so it's like a bit of a break even. There's tension, but there's also super opportunity for you to do something in that fourth house. The fourth house is two main things. It's your family, it's your relatives, your parents, but literally it's also your home. So there could be some things that you need to do that you want to do actively with the home, right? It could be belling and telling and selling, buying and selling, I mean. So there could be some activities there going on to give you more emotional well-being and support. But then there's a bit of tension there because this Mars is squaring up to your energy. So you have to take into account other people like family and relatives. And that can take a little bit of frustration there. But whatever it is, do this, because this Mars, this beautiful Mars in your fourth house is trining the 12th house and it's trining the 8th house. So meditate and go within to deeply know your patterns of escapism, your patterns of anxiety, imaginative anxiety. You will be able to tap in way better than ever before with this energy. So because then you know thyself, you know what you're triggered by, you will understand it better, and you will be able to tackle it now in a way that transforms you, and that you're not really reacting so much, but responding. What I mean is emotionally. Cancerians, they are emotional beings, for sure. Nothing wrong with it. But if you react all of the time instinctively, can be annoying for you, for others. But this energy indicates a more, you could say, standing still. What is happening here? Go inwards and then respond. And that is how you're going to deal with these topics of home and family and real estate as well. That is also fourth house, eighth house. So the money that you share with someone else, with a business partner, with your spouse, for instance, or a girlfriend, boyfriend. There is all this energy here shifting. But all in all, the goal is more emotional support, more emotional, not reactiveness, but responding. And last but not least, Venus, Jupiter in your first house. Wow, you're going to be that beautiful flower that people feel very attracted towards. And especially around the 12th of August. So do something like you could say maybe a new haircut, a remake of the garderobe that you have, for instance. It's a beautiful time to do so. It's also a beautiful time to enjoy yourself. To do the things that you love to do. You're going to exude this very loving, caring energy around that day. That's going to be super attractive for other people. So a lot of people are going to be attracted to you. And that is definitely something. Do something that you love to do on around and about the 12th of August. Dear Leos, a slightly different setup because something went wrong just before I went to the sign of Leo, but you're getting an extra attention, so to speak. So dear Leos, what is happening for you in August of 2025? Well, of course, Mercury direct in your sign, which is a good thing. Thank God, on the 12th of August, things, contracts, it all goes forward. It's best actually if you can to specifically with contracts for houses, jobs, you name it, to do that after the 12th of August. But don't stop your life. I mean, it's just a Mercury retrograde, remember? But you definitely will feel it, that when Mercury goes direct, that so it is you that is going direct, and the energy that you're getting back, or that you feel that you're getting back, and what you wanted to say, things are, people are understanding it now, and you can speak your truth, and you can say what's on your heart, and people are now not going to misunderstand it again, or whatever. So speak your truth for sure. Now, this beautiful air trine that I was talking about is super interesting for you, because you are a fire sign and air goes well with fire. So this Mars in Libra is a sextile to your sign. And that means this Mars in Libra, by the way, it is in your 3rd house of communication. So this is a very social time for you. Mars in the 3rd house, if you have your own business, by the way, this is it. This is it to go for a new website, go launch promotions, and it will definitely be very successful during this period, because also this Mars is trining, of course, Pluto in your 7th house, and it's also trining Uranus in the 11th. I know I'm not really stable in my, I hope you're not getting dizzy. No, it's not alcohol that you're feeling in your head. It's me. Not really the setup doing this really a little bit off. But I hope you don't mind, because what I want to say is from the truth. And so it is with you. With Mars in your 3rd house, you will be feeling inspired to talk to people from the heart, but to be quite direct at the same time, and with attention also to people, and with respect to them. Because Leo is anyways a sign that knows very well the hierarchy in relationships and the respect there. But it is good to start something new on a social level, whether it is for your own business, whether it is for you as well. Mars in the 3rd is take that trip, that short trip, go out there, go for a new course, a workshop, or you giving the course, could be possible as well. But with that trine to Uranus in the 11th of groups and people and wishes, and the other trine to Pluto in the 7th of other people, this means that when you take action together with other people, like whether it is with a colleague or a business partner or with your romantic partner, it's going to go a long way. So it's not only socially very busy for you, but also very good to connect with people. And you're going to feel that this is going very fluently. Whether you are still working or you're not working, this could really, if you say, Veerle, but I don't work, this could mean that you're going to do something in the neighborhood, or Mars in the 3rd house. And you're inviting siblings, you're inviting people around, and you are inviting people that you feel like, yeah, we are like-minded. So very social energy for sure. Now, last but not least, Leos, Venus and Jupiter in the 12th house. So that is very, very, you could say, soulmate energy that I'm seeing there. Venus conjunct Jupiter around the 12th of the month, and it's in your 12th house in a very good way. This means that you show unconditional love to people who are in need, right? Whether that is by helping them out and giving them a hand to a neighbor or whatever, who just got out of the hospital, for instance, and needs a couple of days help for cooking or whatever it is. You're gonna feel so blessed in being able to give that to these people, and vice versa. On another level, this could mean that you are going on a faraway trip, and in secret, because that's the 12th house, you are enjoying yourself. What it also can mean is that you have some time off and you spend it alone. You spend it alone and you enjoy that time. And And that gives you a very good energy to relax and to enjoy also a bit of spiritual time, so to speak. On another level, it could mean, yes, there is love behind the scenes and you can't express it, but you kind of give it on that energetic level without even speaking or without showing it in the public eye. And and that gives a bit of a soothing energy even, and a bit of a nostalgic energy there as well. Anyway, that was for you Leos out there. Virgos, of course, you're going to have your new moon at 0 degree of Virgo on the 23rd of August. So this is, the month where mostly this new moon is falling. And that always means a new beginning for you. Always, always. Now, that is like the general flavor, you could say. Now this Mercury, your ruler, going direct on the 12th of August will also be easier for you, because Mercury in the 12th house, where it is now in Leo, it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest, but it feels a little bit like, and certainly for a Virgo who wants to know, yes, this is my goal and I'm going for it. It's very result oriented. People tend to forget that, oh, Virgo is such a beautiful, nice, kind sign, but it's very focused. But not when it's in the 12th house. So I hope you have been able to deal with this Mercury retrograde in the 12th with an introspectiveness, with going inwards, maybe a travel here or there, but a little bit more calm energy to reload your batteries. But now with Mercury going direct, you're certainly going to see better where life is going, so to speak. And definitely after this 23rd of August, when you have your new moon. But where is this beautiful trine energy going on for you? It's in the work area. Or if you're not working, it's in the tangible, down to earth kind of areas, and also financial area. So you're having Mars in the second house, which is a house of I hustle for the money. I work to get more money. And if you say I'm not working, I work or I live to get that confidence, to work with my confidence in a very balanced way. This is trining Uranus in your 10th house of career as well, and trining Pluto in the 6th of your day-to-day life. So this is, for a lot of you, people who work, the Virgos who do work, this is a boost that you're going to get. And it is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. There is a lot more freedom for you coming, a lot more authenticity for you coming, a lot more money for you coming, with Mars in the second house for sure. But it's about taking that first step. Remember, Saturn, Neptune in the 8th house. So there is a little bit of maybe power struggles going on if you are living with another person. But whatever it is, the focus is on you building more financial security. And also security on the level of your confidence. So there is like this boost that you're getting for sure. And if you're saying I'm working and I don't like the work, this is a time to go for a new job. Absolutely, to write your resumes, to actively. Mars in the second is being very active, going to a shop and say, hey, do you need someone? That kind of energy, and enjoying that for sure. And last but not least, this is lovely for you Virgos, this Venus Jupiter in the 11th house. Wow. First of all, this is in Cancer, which sextiles your energy. So this could mean something simple as a gathering of friends together and you're having a good time. This is around the 12th of August. So go to a party if you can. You're going to be at not only the center of the stage, but Virgos don't like that. But there's going to be so much love around you. You're going to feel so connected with people and also so supported. On another level, this is your goals, and there is like a gain, a financial gain. It could be that as well for the Virgos, because the 11th house is the second house of the 10th house. If you have your own business, this is a financial windfall, right? It could mean a client that order's a big order, or it could mean that you are attracting a client who's very benefic for you. There is benefic energy around friends and connections. So also social media, if you're posting something around that time, it could really go viral. I'm gonna remember it, you know, me being a Virgo, making a video around the 12th. Anyways, it's very, very beautiful to connect with people around the midst of August, you know, between the 10th and the 13th of August. Librans, this Mercury direct is going forwards in your 11th house. This is nice. The Mercury direct wasn't too stressful for you because it's in a sextile to your energy, and this is about your goals going forwards now, your money going forwards if you have your own business, because it's a financial house as well. It's the second house of the 10th house, but it's also friends. So that could have been like when there was like problems with friends or shifts with friends, things go forwards. You might have stopped a certain friendship. There might have come new friends along, and you might have shifted your social media, maybe closed off some and started others. Whatever it is, these things go forwards in your life. It's a very optimistic energy for you. And of course, I explained a lot in the intro of Mars in Libra. That's your sign. That is amazing, dear Librans. Although I know it's opposing Saturn, Neptune. So there might be a person who's either a little bit too critical one day and then too, oh yeah, do whatever you want the other day, right? But don't let that harm you. Don't let that stand your plans in your way, but consider it. Be practical, be realistic, but also have that vision, because all this energy of this beautiful air trine, and certainly if you're Libra with the sun or the moon or the ascendant at 0 to 2, 3 degrees, you're going to feel this beautifully. You're planting a seed here. And the first house is your life path. So this could mean relationships. This could also mean every plan that you're having for the future, a project, a job, a travel, something that you're doing from the heart, because Uranus is in your 9th house, it trines that Mars, and Pluto is in your 5th house, which is also trining your Mars energy. So you are the initiator, dear Librans. It's about you. It's about you putting your hands on the steering wheel and enjoy the moment and take opportunity. Take this opportunity because you've got the green light to start something new. To start something new that is very much going to grow. You know, for instance, I'm thinking now of the entertainment sector with the 5th house and the 9th house. It's a lot of creative energy, right? It's you being the inspiration, you being creative, you connecting with people from abroad, the 9th house, the people that you love, the 5th house, that you enjoy, and that you show your creativity and you share it with other people. Whatever it is, it's for the long run here. You know, use this energy to give it that boost, and that energy, you will feel the energy that you have more energy now, but also to how would I say, to start and to initiate now. Very, very beautiful. And anything that has to do with love as well, you know, Uranus in your, Pluto in your 5th house. So could mean a new love relationship. Could also mean children, you know, projects that you want to do. Very beautiful. Jupiter and Venus is in your 10th house. So around the 12th of August is going to conjoin Venus and Jupiter in the 10th house. Again, this is career. If you have a career, or you want a new career, or you want to start something new, there's someone who helps you, or at least a boss that loves you. I mean, in the way of work, I hope. Or maybe more. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? There's support there. That's beautiful. On another level, it's people who see you in the Cancerian way, Venus, Jupiter, as a big support, as you will be able to absolutely show something that is very much has to do with expansion, with support, with protective energy. towards others, and also a job that you can have now that you really, really love and that you tremendously find purposeful. And isn't that an important thing these days? Absolutely. Scorpios, this Mercury direct, so good that it goes direct, right? On the 12th of August, because it's in a bit of a stressful energy there in Leo at the top of your horoscope. So for people who work, there might have been a problem. There might have been something that you had to readjust. But now with Mercury direct on the 12th of August, you could sign the contracts, you can start there, you can redo something here, and you can go for it. So the communication is going to improve here for you, which is good news. If you don't work, this is about how you present yourself to others in a public way, what the energy you exude. You might have gone a little bit inwards even and say, the way I present myself, it might have not been the best. I might have been to this or to that, and I'm adjusting it. And you're doing it in your communication first and foremost. It can also mean you connecting in a different way with a parent. Now, Scorpio, this Mars is in your ancient ruler, is in your 12th house. And this is making this beautiful, these trines that I was talking about in the intro. And this is all in your water houses. So what I'm talking about here is behind the scenes. Mars in the 12th house is usually not the easiest because it's energy that goes behind the scenes, energy that is unconscious. For a lot of people who are living very superficially, they kind of escape, they do things to escape life and so on. But this, because it opposes Saturn and Neptune in the 6th, so it's about, hey, stay with the feet on the ground, but also have your vision for the future. But this is trining Uranus in the 8th house. This is trining Pluto in the 4th house. So this is about your understanding of you being a part of the whole. And it's also about you feeling connected with the things that you can't really see or yes, you can feel them, but you can't really see them. And it's the invisible world, so to speak. So you could feel that support there from an ancestor or that has passed away, for instance. This Uranus in the 8th house, you suddenly have this conversation, so to speak, maybe through a dream or an insight, to say the least, how to go forwards and how to battle your subconscious patterns that you want to kind of chop away. Because Mars in the 12th, in a good way, it is tackling your inner demon, so to speak. And so this is a very, and also old patterns, Mars in the 12th can be like this anger that you're not showing towards others, but you're dealing with it now and you're cutting it out because you understand it. You understand it and you heal it. A very healing time for you with this Mars in the 12th house. On another level, this is about connecting with the 4th and the 8th house. You could be dealing with like real estate abroad that you want to do, or investments abroad as well. And you're doing this behind the scenes. And because you're planning this, okay? On another level, Mars in the 12th house is also doing things for other people who are in need, who really are in need. And you can do a lot here for being of service of the ones who are in need. It's a beautiful energy, a beautiful healing energy for sure. Now, Venus, Jupiter in your 9th house on the 12th or around the 12th is beautiful for travel. So if you can, do travel around that. You could find love abroad. You could connect with someone abroad that is very friendly and very supportive. A beautiful relationship can be formed there, or you have a connection there, and it's very beautiful. It can also mean you teaching something or learning something around those days. And it gives you a lot of support mentally, on your belief system. Sagittarians, it's going to be a jolly kind of month for you because first and foremost, Mercury direct in your 9th house. 9th house is your house. And on the 12th, Mercury goes direct, means like, yeah, things, it clicks here. You know, it's your mind, it's your bigger vision, it's your belief system, and things go forward. So you probably have shifted something in the belief system. Every now and then we need to do that because we figure out, you know, most people don't do that because to change a belief system is it demands a lot of consciousness because it's not that easy to shift a belief system that is ingrained in your DNA, so to speak. But you can do that now. Mercury direct can also mean travel, can also mean editing and publishing, anything that has to do with social media again. When it would have been like you doing a website in a new way or whatever it is, things go forwards now with Mercury going direct in your ninth house. So a lot of optimism coming your way. And this beautiful Mars in your 11th house for you, although this Mars in the 11th opposes Saturn, Neptune in the 5th, which is like, feet on the ground when it comes to your own goals, creativity that is, with your own projects that you want to do and investments that you want to do. Stay practical and hold your vision. But this Mars in Libra sextiles your energy. And it's going to make that grand trine in all your social houses. So you're a social butterfly. And you are taking the lead with this Mars in the 11th house. You being very active when it comes to your friends. So there could be really a gathering together or lots of gatherings together around the time of August. And this is trining Uranus in your 7th house. So there could be love. Love is in the air, definitely for you. If you want to find love, probably through friends, gatherings, and so on. Uranus in your 7th. It can go very quickly. And then Pluto in your 3rd, of communication and strong mind and strong communication. And all of these houses, these social houses, are highlighted here. So a lot of new beginnings with friends, with like-minded people, workshops that you're doing, or you're leading them, or you're playing a big part in them. If you have your own business, this is you taking some sort of a lead with a person that might help you. It can be a very masculine person, but it's in Libra, so it doesn't mean a man or a woman because it's gender. It can be a man or a woman, but with the qualities of Mars in Libra. So very straightforward, but also very gentle and respectful. And you kind of working with them, and it helps your, like for instance, if you have your own business, you could work with someone in the network, and that gives you like this huge boost of clients and social, going viral, for instance, or attracting more clients and businesses because of this Mars in your 11th house. And also income, because the 11th house is the second house of the 10th house if you have your own business. If you're not having your own business, the chances are bigger that this is happening in the friend circle, so being very active and social, but also your goals that you want to have, and that you want to go for, and that you get support of your spouse, for instance, or siblings, or people in the neighborhood, and so on. Last but not least, there could be a financial windfall for you with Venus, Jupiter around the 12th, and I hope for you that this is the case. Venus, Jupiter are attractive planets. It's attracting energy, and it's in a female energy of Cancer. So you could be attracting money towards you literally around this time through investments, through money that you've invested, through tax returns, inheritances, insurances, you name it. Money of other people, that is. On another level, this is more on an intimate level. This is intimacy. That is you feeling very, very close to a person, feeling the really deep love. And it's not just sexually, but also mentally, emotionally, the whole 9 yards. Beautiful. Capricorns, this Mercury going direct in your 8th house means that when it goes to themes of life and death, you understand now where you're heading. There is more insight, psychological insight after the 12th of August because Mercury goes direct, a better understanding of your imaginative fears that you can tackle on another level financially. Things, the finances that you share with someone else, these things go forward. You could now have the yes to, for instance, a loan or an investment that you're doing with another person. You could be interested in going back to learning something around the occult, and you're doing it with Mercury going direct. Now, Mars is in your 10th house, right? And you are a cardinal sign. So although this is squaring your energy, right? Mars is in the 10th house and it opposes Saturn, Neptune in your 4th of home and family and of emotional well-being. So there might be this push and pull towards that energy of life-work balance for you. But it's Mars at the top of your chart, trining Pluto in your 2nd house and trining Uranus in your 6th house. These are the money houses and the work houses, right? If you're not working, this is your day-to-day life and the way that you want to show yourself in public life. It's a bit more active. You could do a little bit more being out there, going out there here and there, helping out other people, being more around and about, and also about your lifestyle, that you're very active. And it gives you that confidence as well. Pluto in the 2nd house. There is something that you want to do in a different way. Also in a connection with a parent. You could be really being active in your communication and how you relate to each other in a more positive way for the future. But for a lot of people, this is work. This is career. If you want to have another career, this is the moment to plant your seeds. This is the moment you being active, you taking the lead and to grow your career in a more Plutonian, Uranian way, which is more independent, more authentic. And the steps are being seeded here, which is definitely a good thing. So you can do a lot here to shift that career in an innovative, independent way. Beautiful. And Venus, Jupiter in your 7th house. Mark this in your agenda when it comes to relationships. If you're single or not, it doesn't matter. Venus, Jupiter in the 7th. Someone is there. Someone very attractive. Someone very, full of life and abundance. And very optimistic as well. And do something fun with other people or with another person. And love is definitely in the air for you around the 12th of August, and enjoy that, to connect, to have that lovely feeling of connection. Beautiful. Aquarians, of course, you're going to have your full moon in Aquarius at 17 degrees on the 9th of the month. So this already shows here a lot of energy that becomes very clear to you of what's going on between you, other people, and first and foremost, what you need in life, what is important for you. Mercury goes direct on the 12th of August in your 7th house of relationships. So yes, it's also about relationships. If things have been going, so if you are in a relationship, it could have been that you have to sort out something. There is a lot of communication that needs to be done here. But now with Mercury going direct, off you go. Things are spoken out and you are now understanding each other way better. If you're single, it could mean someone came back into your life, and the things become way clearer now. Or if you're thinking of, what is this person doing in my life? What am I doing here? What is this relationship? You will figure that out after the 12th of August for sure. Now, this beautiful trine, air energy with Mars in your 9th house, in Libra, trining your energy, where Pluto is, of course, and trining the 5th house where Uranus is. This is all inspired, expressive energy. And this is energy of the heart. So this is a lot about love. This is about you feeling very inspired. And definitely it all starts with this Mars in your 9th house. So you could be traveling I definitely recommend it to do, if you can, of course, because whilst you're traveling, you're going to broaden up your perspective, but also you could meet someone who's very significant for you. And with that Mercury going direct and so on in your 7th house as well, it could mean that you kind of rekindle a connection with abroad. If it's not that, this is the time to study. This is the time to teach. You teaching others. This is the time to, in the entertainment world as well, for those of you who work there, in the entertainment world, it's definitely a time to be on the stage and to express yourself. It's beautiful energy. It's energy of fire, right? It's the fire houses that are activated here, and which is beautiful. So a lot of new plans, the belief system. Mars in the 9th is very active when it comes to traveling, when it comes to publishing, when it comes to ideas and working with your belief system and shifting it and making a new belief system, which has a knock-on effect on the heart, because you know where you're heading and you feel very purposeful. And talking about purpose, Venus and Jupiter are in your 6th house of your day-to-day life. So you could be having around the 12th of the month some sort of a windfall when it comes to work. Or if you hire people, if people work for you, there could be like, and you're looking for a new person, there could be here, someone new coming in who's very, very good for you. And also enjoying yourself at work. Venus, Jupiter in the 6th house. Your lifestyle. There could be something really, really good going on. When you had your maybe some issues with health, with Venus, Jupiter here, it could mean a smoothing out and a healing of some sorts. Last but not least, Pisceans. Mercury going direct in your 6th house. So yes, this after the 12th of August, Mercury goes direct. So when you had some challenges with work or going backwards, forwards, shifts with work, changes with work, this Mercury direct indicates this is going to be going forwards again, either a new job or problems that are solved now after the 12th, certainly after the 12th of August. And also when it comes to lifestyle, when it comes to like the day-to-day work that you're doing, you have better routines now with this Mercury going direct, specifically if you have worked to improve them before, during the retrograde period. Mars is in your 8th house. So Mars in Libra, and having that beautiful air trine that I was talking about in all your water houses. For you, this activity that I was talking about in the beginning with Mars in Libra is on two ways, either financial or either more on a deep psychological understanding. First of all, let's talk about finances here. Mars in the 8th shows a lot of energy towards shared resources. So I know it still is opposing Saturn Neptune in your 2nd house. So there could be a bit of a power struggle between resources that you share with another person. But whatever it is, this Mars in the 8th is trining Uranus in your 4th of home, family, and your emotional well-being. And it's trining Pluto in your 12th of the unconscious and your blind spots, so to speak, your karma. And it's also the energy of rest that we have there. Now with Mars in the 8th house, this could really indicate for you wanting to be very active towards real estate. So buying, selling real estate, that could be a really transformation going on here. Or money that you share with another person, like a business partner, or maybe your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, and there is investment that needs to be done. There could be here you starting up here something that in the future is going to be very positive for you. Or moving abroad as well. Why? Because the 12th house in Vedic astrology is faraway places, and the 4th house is your emotional well-being. So, but whatever it is about you acting in a way that is a lot about understanding the self as well. Therefore, Mars in the 8th house, it's a bit like more Mars in Scorpio. It's almost like not strategically, I would advise you not to tell anyone what you're up to, and that can give you a windfall in the future. Also, it's about, you could be very active when it comes to the occult, or you could be very active when it comes to healing of other people, right? The 8th house is the house of the occult. I see a lot of people with Mars in the 8th house working with Reiki or with other kind of stuff and healing others. So you could be starting up that as well. But it can also mean you investing in you and in your understanding on a deep psychological level who you are, and tackling your imaginative fears, for instance. And with this beautiful support of the other water houses, you go through this quite smoother than normal, just having Mars in the 8th house. Topics like life and death, you are actively working with that. So again, you might have connections with people that are not here anymore, who passed away, and you kind of heal through this process here. So it's very beautiful energy and very suiting energy as well. On another level, investing with another person, and you setting yourself up for something very positive in the future when it comes to your mutual finances. And last but not least, Venus, Jupiter in your 5th house. I love this. Around the 12th of August, do something that you enjoy, whether it is going out with friends, whether it is a date. It's the house of love, so there could be definitely love in the air during this time. Enjoy it. Do something lovely. Do something that a hobby, a sport. It can be a windfall when you're doing something creative, or you're doing something that has a certain level of risk that you need to take there, but it's a calculated risk. Remember, you have that Saturn, Neptune in your 2nd house, so use it for that. But very enjoyable. Make sure you're not alone around that time, and that you are amongst the people that you love, or that you have a good feeling towards, or enjoying a theater, enjoying a cooking session in a workshop, whatever it is. I invite you to use that energy at the best you can. Having said that, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for all your support. And I wish you all a very splendid, enjoyable, but very, very important and beautiful August of 2025. All the best. Bye-bye.